toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, Iowa, home of the Hawkeyes. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Hawkeyes will kick it away to start us off. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Irish offense will take the field to start this game. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground. It was amazing. It wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were
trying to beat the D deep. Makes the grab at the 25, and there's room. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Iowa Hawkeyes offense will go to work for the first time. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. Win our conference. Well, this is step 1. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own colored jerseys, by the way.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And the defense coming through with the first sack of the day. And I tell you what, this defense, they get so many negative plays, and they play so fast. Sometimes you think when you watch them on tape, they got 12 guys. Last week they pitched a shutout. This week playing a great ball again.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Takes it the other way. Able to stay on his feet and get the ball to the 21-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
From the gun, running back on the move. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down.
Offensive coordinators just spend all offseason in the lab, and they just draw up stuff over and over again. How many times can I use misdirection? How many times can I use speed against the linebackers who flow so fast to the football? Really nice play design, a little misdirection. The defense didn't know what hit them. Big game for the offense.
They keep pushing forward. Now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Making side adjustments here. To the air, it's Carr. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Iowa has him back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Fights off a defender. He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
Looking to fire. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, they're running the curl route against zone coverage, so the quarterback knows he's going to have to put that one on his receiver. And you saw the velocity and the arm talent this guy has. That was a missile.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. And the Hawkeyes will send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here come the Irish back on offense. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. Dropping back, it's Carr. Oh, they're after him! And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking for a gap, it's Young. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab, it's Coleman. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Here's the handoff. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. Snares it outside. It's Coleman. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 13. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. Wide receiver comes in motion. Using the quick game. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Iowa has the ball back on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Hawkeyes will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Wants to adjust the pattern. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
You know, these little 1 to 2, 3-yard gains early, they're like body blows in a boxing match, and those gains become 10, 12, 15-yarders as the game goes.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
What a start for this offense throwing the ball. I love how they've come out in this game, and they've been aggressive. They've already scored a touchdown, and here they are taking another shot and getting a big play. If you're on defense, you have got to find a way to slow.
He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Completes the shuffle pass. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Snagged out of the air. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. It's the end of the first quarter, and now time for one of the great traditions in college football, when the entire crowd here in Iowa City will turn and give a wave to the children at the University of Iowa State Family Children's Hospital. Everyone engage, and we wave and salute those kids and wish them all the best. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And the Hawkeyes line up to punt it away. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. With that latest touchdown pass, might be a good time to mention Brady Quinn threw 6 touchdown passes against BYU. That record might be in jeopardy.
And that's a good day. If you're starting to talk about that already, you know he's spinning it. He's in the zone. He's feeling it, reading the defense, everything coming out on target. He is having himself a day.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. They'll give it to the back. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense, and get him before he gets started.
Going to try to get it himself. Short gain on the play before he slides.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offense approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter.
Breaks into the open. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Notre Dame has it now, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. charge their way in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Touchdown, Notre Dame! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Notre Dame 42, Iowa 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Hand off from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Leaves it with the running back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. The Hawkeyes decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Makes a nice grab at the 25. Slips through the line. He just about took that one all the way to the house. They finally get him down after a tremendous return. Here come the Irish back on offense. The toss to the right. He'll step out of bounds right at the 27. What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals and you have midpoints to the season where you're at right now. This is where you wanted to be. You wanted to be in the mix in one of the best conferences in all of college football, and Jesse, they're doing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've been able to handle the stage and handle the pressure. With every win, that makes the next game that much bigger, and they've shown up on big stages on national television, and they've been able to deliver. This game, though, is the biggest yet. If they keep on the pace they're at, they're going to be playing for a Big Ten championship.
Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his big tight end. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And they take it in for 6 more points.
You know, this offense knew season, it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Oklahoma rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that produced 4 winners of the award between 2003 and 2018. Fun one in the Big 12, man. They generally are, as the teams there continue to jockey for bowl position.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll leave it with him. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Give to the running back. Pushes the pile for a couple of yards down at the 12.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking to pass. It's Carr. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
Got the first down and more. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Coleman. Turning it on. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
At the 21.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And they're already in the 2nd quarter. They've got over 200 yards throwing.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may.
Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Irish! Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Now, after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. And the Hawkeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man! He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Hawkeyes will have it 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. After 45 on his way. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
To the air on first down. Makes the catch. Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Gives it on the option. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. They'll run it from the gun. Got enough for the first. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Looking to throw, it's Sullivan. Quickly out to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Wants to throw again. Gets it to him on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Quick step and go. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
Fires one high and deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
And I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
Touchdown, Notre Dame! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And this offense shows you why they are really hard to stop. The long, explosive run. You think everybody's thinking run, pile in the box, the play-action pass. They can beat you with the run. They can beat you with the pass. This is a tough offense to stop.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running.
Kearney on the Jets. How about this freshman leading them on the chase and making the big play after the catch?
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And the Hawkeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Sullivan. Pocket breaking down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Nowhere for him to run again, and now 4th down is going to be a tough one. The Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's got a chance. There he goes. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him.
And you want to put a winning streak together like this team has, run the football and create explosive plays. Nice job by the offense, showing the speed. How about the blocking up front? Everybody blocking, getting a hat on a hat, creating the explosive run.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the give to the back. This time they stop him in the backfield, and that has been a rare sight in this game tonight. The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. Wants to throw. It's Boley. Makes the catch. It's Coleman. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Motion from the wide receiver. Out of the gun, the running back has it. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. And the Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Sullivan. Catch in the middle, it's Smith.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Hawkeyes have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They're going to run it. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And that's a good 2nd down run. Commit to the running game. Run the football. Great gain. Great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
And the Hawkeyes have their offense in high gear. Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Benjamin. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Makes the catch. It's Smith. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on 3rd. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. Still on his feet. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
No touchdowns yet, but that may change very soon after that long completion by the offense. Really great route, and a nice job of looking that one in. He set his offense up now in the red zone. They're looking to score some points.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. With the run on 1st and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Looking to throw, it's Sullivan. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Williams. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Got it in the middle. It's Williams. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They'll leave it with the lone back. Runs through a tackle. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
To the ground with the back. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that now.
They'll ride the hot hand. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, rivalry game in the SEC. Of course, that's almost redundant in that league. But check this out. Florida took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to Gainesville. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing plays.
Back to throw, it's Sullivan. Under fire. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drunk. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go wrong.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And the ball comes to rest right there.
And the punter pulling out his pitching wedge on that. Look at the spin on this ball. It just died as soon as it hit the ground. Beautiful job.
The offense starts in the shadow of its own end zone. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Shoots through that hole and picks up 5. He's out to the 11.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground.
Breaks into the open. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
Right back to the well. It's the runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a 1st down.
Man, just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
The give is to Williams. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You want to end a play quickly, get in the backfield that fast, get to the guy, and get him on the ground. Nice job penetrating right from the snap, getting off the ball so quick, penetrating the backfield and making something happen.
The give to the tailback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That's a first down for the offense.